Hello guys, it's been a while. Life been busy nowadays, but I still managed to find some time to make this video. All right, I will make another video showing you how to deal with the true false not given type of question in reading part one. Alright, so for today's sessions, we're gonna read about the Burgess shell fossils. Alright, so it's some kind of fossil, I guess. Alright, so the first step you guys need to do when tackling the true false not given type of question is to read these statements here really carefully and maybe highlight some of the keyword in here. Alright, that's your first step. So let's read together. Let's say the Burgess shells became widely known to the public because of Gold's books. Okay, so we don't have to care about the Burgess shell. It will be presented in the reading paragraphs and it will not be paraphrased. But here, widely known to the public is a very important keyword, right? It means everyone in societies knew about them, all right? And it's because of Gold's books, all right? So when you read the statement really carefully, after that, you will start reading from top all the way down to the bottom because most likely the information for question number one will be somewhere in the first paragraph or second paragraph. All right, let's read to see whether the Burgess shell become widely known to the public thanks to Gall's book. Okay, so I will use the scanning technique when reading in order to locate the phrase Gall's book or something about the Burgess shell very quickly. So in order to do the scanning effectively, essentially you will just be, well, as the name suggests, scan through the lines really quickly in order to identify your keyword. And in this case, it will be Gall's book. Okay. Here, I see that, right, so first I mentioned the Burgess shell, and it was discovered in the Canadian Rockies over a century ago and was popularized in 1989 in a book, Wonderful Life by Stephen J. Gould, an American something something. All right. So basically, it was popularized by Stephen J. Gould in his book, Wonderful Life. So I would say this is true because, well, popularized means help it become popular, more widely known to the public. Next one, we have Charles Walcott had to get permission from Canadian authorities to gain access to the fossil site. All right, so this man, he need to get permission from the Canadian authorities to gain access to the site. All right, let's continue reading. I will scan for the name Charles Walcott. All right, here, American paleontologist Charles Walcott. All right, let's see if he has to get permission or not. Mhm. So nothing over here indicates that he need to get permission from the Canadian authorities. It might be not given, but just to be sure, I'm going to keep reading to see if there's any more information. Okay, so from what I've seen, And from my experience, if you have read like for the next paragraph and even the next one here, and it doesn't mention anything about getting permission or authorities to access, it most likely gonna be not given. Okay, they only mention about how they discovered the fossil site in Canada by the Canadian railway workers, construction workers, and this also about well that period of time when the fossil formed. So not given. Next one. The Berge Shield includes impressions of soft and hard body parts. All right. So impression of soft and hard body parts. Impression. What does it mean? For my guess, impression is gonna be like the image of a soft and hard body part, right? So how it appears, its appearance. It should be like impression, right? So let's continue reading to see if the impression of the Berge shield is of soft and hard body parts. Here it is. Alright, so it states that an unusual feature of the Berge shale is that it is one of the earliest fossil beds to contain impressions of the soft body parts alongside the remain of bones and shell, which is highly unusual. Okay, so this must be true. So they still have like a impression of soft body parts and hard body part. It will be the remains of bones and shells. These are very hard. So yeah, it should be true. Next one. The Bergy shell creatures were land animals. Right. So the creatures were land animals. They live on land. So the next is that although the fossil bed was discovered on a mountain, these animals originally existed below an ocean, the bed of which was later pushed up to create the Rockies. Alright, so this is definitely going to be false. Yeah, let's say that although it was discovered on a mountain, these animals originally existed below an ocean. Okay, so these are sea creatures. They died at the bottom of the sea, but then the bed which was later pushed up to create the Rockies. If you want to like bed here is not the like the bed where you sleep on. It will be like the seabed. It means the bottom of the ocean, right? The bottom of the ocean is pushed up by geological activities or something like that. And yeah, so we know that it is sea animal, not land creature, land animal. So it's false. Next one. Researchers now believe that hallucinogenia is unrelated to any modern creatures. Okay? Right. And also, you guys should pay really close attention to words such as now. Why is that? Because if there's a possibility that in the reading passage, they're gonna talk about like researchers in the past, right? They believe that it was unrelated to any modern creatures. So it is really important to pay attention to the time here. Okay, what kind of researcher is this? Is it in the past or in the present? And see if they believe or they don't believe about this statement over here that it is unrelated to any modern creatures. Let's continue reading. So we will scan for the word hallucination. here. Weirdest of all was hallucinia. It just said about little about hallucinia. Made sense. Uh-huh. And it's like an abstract painting. Its orientation is a mystery. It's difficult to understand which way it went, which hole foot went in, and which hole foot came out of. Um, Yeah, in other words, entirely new forms of life did not survive or lead to other groups of species. Hallucinia ironically turned out to be the exception that proved the rule. It is now thought to be an ancestor of the modern group of arthropods, which includes everything from flies and butterflies to centipedes and crabs. Right. So, of course, it's now thought, right? So it's now thought to be the ancestor of these um, animals, of the arthropod. Basically, arthropod is like um, I'm not sure, but it should be like animals with a hard shell, right? With a hard shell, like crabs and centipede, they have very hard shell, and not quite. It's more like they molt. You know, molting is like when the animal shed their shell in order to grow bigger and stronger. Yeah, so it should be the a feature of the arthropod. So saying that this animal is unrelated to any modern creature is a false. It's the ancestor of these modern animals. All right. Well, that's it for today. Okay, thank you guys for joining. I hope you guys enjoyed my walkthrough of the true or not given type of question. And let's check the answer together. All right, we did everything correctly. Great. Okay, I will move on to the next video where we'll talk about the fill in the blank over here. And stay tuned if you want to learn something new. Thank you for watching.